Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Healthy Body Podcast. It is Brandon Wilkerson, your host. And today I'm here today to talk to you all about the summer, all about how you can basically have your healthiest summer yet. And 3 simple tips. The third one's a little bit more extensive, but 3 simple tips to really encourage you in that. Because let's be honest. Let's just be very, 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 very honest. And I'm going to be honest. You just want to let loose. And I think there is time and space to let loose, especially when it comes to your health goals and life. Listen, we're not made to work 365 days of the year. And even our bodies aren't made to be at an intense speed, intense workout intensity 365 days of the year. Actually, elite athletes will take time either off or take time where they're doing less intense workouts. They're letting their bodies recover because our bodies are not machines. And if we're quite honest, machines actually need time to rest too. They can't be overworked. And if you're watching this via video, I'm just going to be honest. It is probably 95 degrees outside in Florida. And I have my AC off and I have my fan off so it reduces the sound. And now my computer is making noise and the AC next door is making noise. But if you're looking at me, I'm definitely sweating. So summer is here, sweating. And so, you know what? That's fine. That's the way it rolls. But I just, I think as we're talking about sweating, as we're talking about summer, it's just a different pattern. It's just a different way of life. And we need to take a break and on our normal routine, especially when it does come to our body. But that does not mean we need to totally throw our goals away, because that's really what happens, right? Like we all just I'm going to let loose a little bit. And that's fine. Listen, it is actually fine if you let loose, even if you want to let loose the whole summer. But you need to tell yourself that that's okay, so that when you go back to your normal routine of your health, of taking care of your body, you're not beating yourself up, right? But I also want to say that, it doesn't have to be this way. Like you can actually enjoy your summer, take a break, and, and actually still take care of your health. And so this is even a word for me and all the other health and wellness coaches out there. This is a word for you as well, right? Like we, and I think we all know this too, but we can't go at 100 miles per hour all the time. And I think as health and wellness coaches too, and as people who have just had this rhythm in their, and we really value our health, we will get loose a little bit, but we will know how to get back into it. And so I really think the first tip for you is you need to really decide what you want to do this summer. Are you going to let loose a little bit? But you still want to, you still want to make sure you exercise a little bit, still get some sleep, still care for your gut, still all of those things, eat well. That's fine, right? Or do you want to, let loose a lot, just forget it all. That's up to you. That's totally up to you. And just to let you know, there is no shame in that either, right? My whole goal, actually my underlying goal for basically almost everything I do with health is to really show you the secrets and truths that I've learned about having a healthy body and healthy life, but also it's to rid you of any shame you feel, and will ever feel. Because shame is a liar. They can go to hell. I will say that. And it is actually, shame is from hell. It is from the devil. The first thing he did, Garden of Eden, people felt shame. But I don't want to go on a biblical lesson with you right now. But I think when it comes to our health, we go on this cycle of taking care of ourselves and not taking care of ourselves because we are struggling with shame and guilt. And I still struggle with that, but I struggle with it so hardcore for a decade, for years. And I felt trapped to these diets and to my lack of self-control. It felt to these disordered ways of eating, disordered ways of caring for myself. And I eventually came to a point through caring for my holistic health, through really incorporating my spiritual health as really the main thing in my life, to prioritizing my physical health, where I was released from that shame and started to pursue what it meant to take care of my body, what nourishing my body really meant, what it really meant to exercise in a joyful way and for results, what it meant to care for my digestive health, the second brain, and where my immune system's made, what it means to stress less because all those stress hormones wreak havoc on your body, and what it means to sleep more because when you're not sleeping, your hormones are wreaking havoc as well, what it means to reduce my toxic load because the toxins, the low dosage personal toxins that we have in our personal environment also cause a lot of health issues. And then ultimately what it means to rewrite my mindset and rewrite my habits. And that's what I really want to help you do, is really unpack these 7 different areas of what I call a healthy body this summer. But also this is what I do on this podcast in general and in my Healthy Body Academy and all the coaching that I do. Okay. So I really think you just need to decide what you want your summer to look like in regards to your health, and just know whatever you choose, it's okay. There's no shame. It is your decision. If you want to let loose a little bit, but still care for your body. If you don't want to let loose, like you actually want to take the summer to really, it's a slower pace of life. You want to establish some habits, then go full force. But if you want to totally forget it, that's up to you, right? But I really just want you to make the decision and be confident in your decision and know the pros and cons of that and know the benefits and the consequences of it, right? And just own it. Just own it. Just own it. So the first thing really is you just need to decide how you want your health and your summer to look like. And now the second thing is based off of that, you really need to make some goals then. Make some simple goals of things you want to do. Now, if you're I'm just letting loose completely, maybe goals are not for you. I wouldn't advise completely letting loose. It depends on your letting loose, may be different than my letting loose. Me completely letting loose is not cooking that much, having desserts all the time, barely actually and I actually to a point where I can't let loose for too long because I don't feel good and I don't like not feeling good. But your letting loose may be different, but whatever it may be, whatever you choose of those 3 options, what are your goals? Okay. And so for me, I approach every summer where I'm actually in just a different season of life now that I work full time for a nonprofit and do Made Well on the side. I would say I've let loose this whole last 6 months. I'm not necessarily going hard in my workouts or working as consistently. Food has been a little bit irregular because I've been traveling. I feel like my last 6 months is probably a representation of what most summers would look like. But one thing that I've come back to is that I don't let myself too loose. At the most a week or 2, because it is not just I'm scared of gaining weight or I'm scared of losing my results. It is for me because I don't want to go back to how I used to be. And I don't just mean physically. I mean emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I was in a place of shame. I was in a lot of place of shame, losing a ton of weight and gaining it back, and losing a ton of weight and gaining it back, and just finding my worth in my body, and just feeling to be worth something, to be beautiful, to be healthy meant to look a certain way, to be a certain way. And I don't want to go back there. I just don't. It was a very dark time in my life. I think in most of our lives. And I'm not who I used to be, but if I am not careful, I will go back like that. And so I am trying to create what I call healthy boundaries. Boundaries are actually healthy when you set them for the right reasons. Healthy boundaries, even in the summer, even in the holidays, even in vacation, so that I don't go back to that place of shame. I don't go back to that place of yo-yo dieting. And I can continue to go on the path and the healthy body journey of honoring my body and loving my body and being proud of it. Not every day do I love my body. Am I proud of it? But I'm on that journey and I don't give up. And so for me, letting loose may be different for you. And so for me, goals during the summer, I look at these 7 areas, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and we'll talk about in the summer. How do I want my eating to look like? I want my eating to continue as the way I normally eat, paleo Whole30. But when I'm traveling, I'm going to the Philippines and I'm going to South Africa for 3 weeks. I'll be out of control, but I'm going to try to make my best decisions the way I know how. Exercise, I'll try to fit in, and I'll try to incorporate more movement. I may not be able to do like the typical, workout, but I'm going to try to keep moving, walking, all those different things. I want to stay hydrated. I think it's going to be very hot on that side during the summer. And so staying hydrated, I want to make sure that I'm still sleeping as much as I can. And I want to make sure that I'm continuing to detox my body by, going on this slow journey, which we talked about last month, of switching out the products I use and doing things like saunas and letting my body sweat, because your body needs to sweat to get out those toxins too, right? Don't be afraid of a little sweat. But also I think for me, it's just really like, knowing what my body needs and honoring it and giving it what it needs. So I'll probably do a Whole30 when I'm back, not because I want to lose weight or because I know that my body's just going to be exposed to things it's not used to, and I want to do a reset, right? So that's how my summer is going to look. If you're not familiar with the Whole30, you could check out my Whole30 Made Easy program, 6-week program. You could check that out. I'll link that in below. It's a reset program where you're eating whole food, natural foods, cleansing, detoxing naturally. And actually we look at all the 7 areas of a healthy body as well in that program. But anywho, yeah, so I think for me, setting specific goals around that, and I'm going to write them down, and I know them in my mind, and I think that would just help me look forward to letting loose a little bit, but also making more intentional, best choices I possibly can. And the third thing is so the first thing is decide what you want to do this summer. Decide if you want to let loose a little bit, let loose completely. If you want to I want to take this summer to completely reset my body. And then you got to set goals around whichever you choose. And then the third thing is get support. And so I think regardless of what you choose, we need support. And so I think support looks different for me. I'm an achiever on the Enneagram, if you've ever taken that test. And when I internalize certain goals, I will go after it. But there are certain things that mean so much to me that I think just left alone on my own device, I'm not going to prioritize because other things seem more important. And that's how it was in the beginning of my health. And so I did a lot of health journey. I took a couple of different programs for a year and a half. And now I pay for a CrossFit membership, which is not a cheap membership, but it's worth it because it's going to get me the fittest I could possibly be. Community, something I do with my husband. I believe in that method of functional fitness, and it's going to keep me going. So that's my form of accountability. And even up to now, y'all know that I'm writing a book and I want to finish it by the end of the year. And I'll just be honest. Hey, if I don't have some form of accountability, I'm not going to finish it. I want to, but the fear of perfection, the fear of failure, the fear of all these things, lack of time, it just keeps me back. So actually, today there was this course from my alma mater from my health coaching certification, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do the book course because it's gonna make me get it done. And so even me, I want to finish the book not just for myself, but for people like you, to be blessed by it, to have everything that I've learned, my story, the secrets of taking care of your body, testimonies, all in one place. I pay money to invest things, and I give time because it's worth it. And so for you, what is that form of accountability? Is it a friend? Is it my free group, the Healthy Body Podcast community? Is it this podcast? Is it, what is it? What is it for you? And so I have put something together, which I think could help you with all 3 of these steps and tips. Helping you determine what you want your summer to look like, helping you set some goals, and helping you get accountability. And that is, drum roll, my Healthy Summer series. Yeah! This is so exciting. So when I kind of saw myself, hey, I'm going away for 3 weeks, I have no idea if I'm going to have access to internet, because even on vacation, sometimes I'll still post things. So I like hanging out with you guys. But I was like, I'm not guaranteed, but I'm like, how cool would it be to actually have some guest experts that I know, some other health and wellness experts I know, take over the group, feature them on the podcast, and take over my Healthy Body Podcast community for the summer. And I asked different women that I knew, and they were like, yeah, I would love to. I'm like, yes. So this is so awesome. This is going to be a free 8-week guest expert series where I have 8 different women. I'm doing 1 week, but 8 different women jumping in to really help support you in your summer health goals. And so there will be, let me say how you know it's for you before I go on and say what's included. So this is for you if you want to enjoy the summer and not regret anything health-wise. If you're eager to learn simple yet effective healthy habits. If you want to fit in fitness between traveling and summer plans. If you long to have a healthier body image and mindset. If you're waiting for easy, nutritious meal ideas. If you're tired of struggling with digestive woes, especially in the summer. If you want to find non-toxic solutions for summer activities. If you want to stress less and sleep more. And if you want to have fun in the summer and be healthy. Like, this is for you. So what's going to happen is, whoopsie, I totally did something wrong right there. What's going to happen is, from starting next week, June 10th to August 2nd, there will be 8 different experts. One will jump in each week for the 5 days during the week, so Monday to Friday, and they're going to share different tips, resources, and stuff with you to help you on specific topics that they're doing. Each person is doing a different topic. They're going to probably go live once, and on the Friday, they're going to, in the Healthy Body Podcast meeting, they're going to share a freebie, a resource you can have, and then a little bit about their giveaway. So I'm doing a giveaway where each of these ladies are offering a giveaway such as a coaching session, essential oils, access to their courses, that at the end of the series, so the first week in August, I will announce those giveaway winners, right? So really you just have to sign up for the series, engage throughout the week, say you want their prize, and you'll enter in to win. And so this is 8 weeks of, now they're not going to be super long, like each day for the 5 days, they're going to jump in, you can get caught up on the weekend. But these are women that I'm inviting into my community, that most of them are already there, to really lead you through a couple different topics. So let me quickly get out those topics for you. So I'm doing kind of no more summer digestive woes, because there's no one there talking about digestion, and I could talk about all of those areas, but I really wanted to hone in on that because I think caring for your gut is way more important than most people realize. Stacy Still is going to start us off talking to us about strength training for women. She really helps women get fit in 5 minutes online virtually. Jenna Helier is going to talk about a healthy summer body image. Angie O'Toole is going to talk about essential oils for sleep, stress, and reducing toxic load. Kelly Bonanno is going to talk about eco-friendly and toxic-free summer products and beauty products. Samantha Salmon is going to talk about raw food meal planning for a healthy body and hair. I'll talk about no more summer digestive woes. Anya Perry will talk about meal planning for a healthy summer. And Jessie Christensen will talk about having a healthy biblical mindset and habits in the summer. So 8 different topics, and pretty much covering all those 7 areas of a healthy body. And each lady is going to lead you. They're going to answer your questions throughout the week. And remember, there'll be a free resource and chance to enter in a giveaway at the end. So I'm stoked for this because I've putting this together, and I just think it's going to be a great way to get, define what you want your health and body to look like in the summer, set those goals, and get the support you need to get there. So all you have to do to sign up, it's really 2 simple steps, is go to madewell345.com/healthysummerseries, madewell345.com/healthysummerseries, enter your name and email, and check your email, which will have all the details. And then in there, if you're not a part of the Facebook group yet, join the Healthy Body Podcast community. That is where the trainings will be. That's where the resources will be. Everything will be there. Now, on the podcast, so that's where the actual series will be. But on the podcast, each Sunday, instead of Wednesday, I've been doing Wednesdays, but instead of Wednesdays, each Sunday, I will either myself do an episode, if I wasn't able to interview the guest, or me and a guest will go on an episode to share with you a little bit about them, their story, what they're going to talk about, why you should join in, particularly in their week. just to kind of introduce you via video and audio to these women. So you can listen to the podcast every Sunday, probably Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and then Monday to Friday that week, they will be hosting in the group. So basically, actually, that's three things. You just go sign up at the madewell345.com/healthy summer series, join the podcast group, Healthy Body Podcast community, and listen to the podcast. And so that is how I am going to, and not just me, but multiple women are going to support you this summer. Then when we come back in the fall, in August, the podcast will go back to its regular kind of rotation and theme. But I have something special, that a special course and program that I have been refining and putting together, that as you enter back into the fall and want to now move from the summer to the fall for the rest of the year with your health, how I can help you do that. So that is going to be all. I've been scheming in the back by that guitar there, trying to kind of put that together for you. So that's going to be an amazing program. You've heard a little bit about it, but I'm packaging it in a way that I think is going to help and serve more women. All right, so that's it for me. Let this be your healthiest summer yet, by setting your goals, what you want your health, defining what you want your health to look like this summer, setting your goals, and getting support through the Healthy Summer Series. And to sign up for the series, all you need to go do is madewell345.com/healthy summer series. Check your email, join the Healthy Body Podcast community on Facebook, and listen to the podcast and engage in the community throughout the 8 weeks. And please, if you know any other friends or women that could benefit from this, don't hold back the goodness. Share the link with them. Just say, hey, my friend, someone I know is doing this series. Let's do it together. So you could, share this podcast link with them, or just share the link with them to sign up. madewell345.com/healthy summer series. Okay. So excited for this, and so excited for what's to come in the summer, but also the fall. I'm grateful for you guys. If you haven't yet rated or reviewed this podcast, that is something else I would love for you to do, because the more, I would just like to get feedback. And of course you can tell me in the Facebook group, but you could also share it here, so people who are checking out the podcast can see what it was like for you. And the more reviews, the better. More people can, and it's just the same thing with posts in Facebook. The more people comment and engage, the more people who may not have seen it otherwise will be able to see it. And I truly believe, I don't think I'm the best, but I truly believe this podcast has been a gift to people, and has some great practical content and real people on it. So I'm excited to check in with you guys this summer in the Facebook group. I'm excited to share with me and learn from these women and share my own health goals as we go along. But I really want to encourage you to, again, define how your health looks like this summer, set those goals, and get support through the Healthy Summer Series. All right, so I will see you next week with Stacy. She's the first one to go up, so you'll get that episode on Sunday, June 9th. Okay, talk to you later. See you then.